Hey everybody, my name is Matthew Harris, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about me and my upbringing. So I'm 28 years old, and I am a communication major. I'm actually in my last semester here at Solano Community College. I'm hoping that I can transfer to UC Davis, where I can continue, pursuing my education for the next 2 years and graduate with a bachelor's degree. I do live in Fairfield, California, but I was born in Hayward, California. That was back in November of 1993. I am the youngest of four siblings. I have two older brothers named Alex and Sean, and one older sister named Asia. I moved to Fairfield when I was 8 years old. I think that was in September of 2002 or so. Yeah, September 2002. And I didn't really want to move at first. I was really happy in Hayward. I had a bunch of friends, but I'm glad that I did ultimately, because I met a lot of people here that would eventually shape who I am, and it was eventually like a great time out here. So as soon as I got here, I participated in a lot of music activities. I started playing music when I was 6 years old back in Hayward. I started taking piano lessons, but I eventually fell out of piano and I picked up a brass instrument, which is what I wanted to show off today. This is a trombone. I picked this when I believe I was 8 years old in fourth grade or so. And I stuck with it all the way throughout middle school and high school, doing marching band and regular band classes and jazz band, waking up at 7 a.m. All throughout middle school and high school. It really gave me like a sense of community, playing in the band, because the schools that I went to always had great band programs that were like sought after by a lot of other parents that whose kids were into music and stuff like that. So that was really awesome to grow up in a community that was like that. It was just like-minded. It was really easy to fit in pretty much at all times, and it really just allowed me to grow my love for music. And it was jazz and classical and marches, like you name it. It was a lot of different stuff. So once I graduated, I was able to get a job teaching at a high school drumline out in Napa, California. I was teaching like the drumline out there, using drumsticks like these, to teach high school students. I did that for 6 years. That was one of my proudest accomplishments, because yeah, it was like my first job in a real leadership position, and it allowed me to do some really cool stuff. Like, my boss was amazing. He just gave me basically complete creative control over a lot of the projects that I had the kids do. So that was really awesome. And that job actually allowed me to visit London for the first time. So I'm super grateful that I was able to teach those kids for so long. Once I finished teaching at that school, I moved on to a bunch of random jobs throughout the years. I worked at Walmart. I was a forklift operator for a summer. That was very interesting. I did caregiving, in-home caregiving for adults that were mentally disabled. I did that for about 2 years before I finally got my job offer at Sutter Health, which is over here. You can see I was rocking an afro back then. So yeah, I was offered a job at Sutter Health, which was really fortunate for me because they're so flexible with their hours, and because I'm back in school, they've been really helpful in allowing me to pursue an education while doing this at the same time. So I'm hoping that once I graduate, I can take my bachelor's degree back to Sutter Health, and I can get a job in their communications field. So that's the plan for me. Thank you all for listening. I very much appreciate it.